If you're not new to my channel, then you know not only do I post prison content, true crime content, paranormal content, and then I have my daily vlog. I mostly keep the prison and true crime content from Ohio. I do go outside of that sometimes. Well, I found a case that it just shocked me, and I want to let this be known right now. Viewer discretion is advised. This is for entertainment purposes only. I'm going to go into the settings and figure out how to set this one to 18 and older. I know sometimes the platform does it on its own, and you have to accept it or delete it. It's pretty much your choice. And it's when it puts that eyeball in front of the screen before you click it, and it'll say like watch anyways or skip content. This one I feel like deserves it. If you have ever had any sort of DV or trauma or PTSD, this video very well could be triggering. Some people don't like to learn about, certain things. They find it disturbing. Me personally, I've always been into horror movies, the disturbing stuff. It really don't bother me. Not everybody's that way. I want to let it be known. Condolences from my family to their family for this story I'm about to tell you. I'm going to explain it real quick, play a couple clips, but just know I'm playing the clips backwards. And this is exactly why. Let me explain to you why I'm playing the clips backwards. So, for one, this situation took place in 1998. And there was a woman. It's going to say her name and all her information in the video. Everybody involved is going to say their information. The woman had a stalker, okay, a man who obviously didn't want to, he couldn't take no for no. He decides that he's going to get back at her on Friday the 13th, 1998. And what he does is he goes to their house, to their apartment. The first thing he does is goes in the house and he uses a knife on her two children, the daughter first and the son next. Luckily, thankfully, they survived. He used it on the mother, too, who at that time still was survived. Uh, he then waited outside and he had a weapon mostly used for hunting. At that point, he waited for the ambulance to come. And when the ambulance came, he fired upon them. Then after that, he tried to hijack a woman and he unalived her and got the car. A police officer seen them, went in a high-speed pursuit. They ended up unaliving them. So 25 years later, on the anniversary, she comes on the news and does a, thing in memory of her mom for Toledo, Ohio. They're talking about 25 years later. Well, what's so creepy about watching this footage is while she was doing that special for her local news, no one would have ever known that 2 years later she would also become victim to a DV. So on the 27th year after it happened, her boyfriend decided to do the same thing. And they had a DV. He unalived her and he unalived himself. And it definitely is a tragic, sad case. I'm surprised I've never heard about this, but ever since I became a content creator, I've been looking into stuff, and I just don't understand how this doesn't have more exposure. They should be doing like a memorial for this, something. This deserves more attention. So, normally I'll ask y'all to like this and share this and comment and this and that for the growth of my channel. But this one, I'm asking y'all to share for the respect of her and her family, I guess. You don't got to, obviously, but if some people watch this without engaging, I get that. But I feel like this deserves some exposure right here. This is really sad. And now them kids are growing up without their mom, just like Ashley grew up without her mom. I'm going to show you guys this footage right now. This is really sad. This is my true crime case from Toledo. Let's break it down.
Hello, I'm Jeff Smith. I thought it was important to take a moment and reflect on the loss of a Toledoan this week. Ashley Fonseca, also known as Ashley Morris, was just 10 when Toledoans learned of the tragic day in 1998 that changed her life. We're about to show you the story that we put together 2 years ago, marking the 25th anniversary of that tragic day. Ashley was brave that day 2 years ago, brave enough to meet with me and photojournalist Paul Kwapik, honoring her mother who died in a violent attack. Sadly, this week, Ashley's life was cut short, and by all indications, it was an act of domestic violence. We mourn her, and we pray that she is now at peace. Here's our story from February 13th, 2023. We are hiding the identity of the victim in our next story. She experienced a life-threatening traumatic event 25 years ago and has anxiety. She wants the story to air and agrees this is a step forward for her mental health. In just a few minutes, we will share resources for trauma victims. The following is a WTOL 11 exclusive. Monroe and Secor, one of Toledo's busiest intersections. It's seen its share of traffic and crashes and demonstrations over the years, but nothing compares to what happened here 25 years ago. It was February 13th, 1998, one of Toledo's most violent and tragic days. And although the horror of that day ended in this spot, its impact has never gone away.
Man, calm down. Tell me what's going on. There's a guy that just pulled in the backyard. He has got a knife.
You know, there's not a Friday the 13th that goes by that it doesn't come back into my mind.
Hey, dispatch, we got people all over this place. They're panicking.
I mean, it still feels fresh. You know, I was old enough to still remember everything, so I was 10. I can remember everything, like everything.
Ashley Morris was 10 when the man stalking her mother repeatedly stabbed her.
Like, if I can replay it again, like I'm there. I remember every little detail.
Joe Chappell worked with and was obsessed with Ashley's mom, Vivian Morris, and he couldn't handle the rejection. That Friday afternoon, he attacked Ashley first.
I got stabbed 14 times. I remember, you know, I got all the scars everywhere. Like, after that, I had it's called like mitral valve prolapse, I guess, trauma to the heart. So I had like heart problems, and I got like tendon problems from getting stabbed in my tendon.
Went after Ashley's brother Adam before wounding her mom so badly she would later die in an ambulance.
You gotta calm down, Louie. We can't understand you. Jackson Road, just north of Savannah Avenue. 2 ambulance drivers been shot with a shotgun.
Chappell wasn't done. He ambushed the ambulances carrying Morris and her kids, shooting 2 first responders.
I turned to the left, and all I saw him was doing was aiming the shotgun at me, and next thing I know, I was flying through there.
He shot and killed 21-year-old Brandy Williams when she wouldn't give up her truck to him.
Was it with a shotgun?
I think my son thinks it was a shotgun.
And then the final scene, the chaos, when Toledo police shot and killed him.
They shoot out the back window. Just looking. There he goes. Shots fired. Shots fired. Put this down.